Greetings once again from Victoria. My name is Garnet Schulhauser, and I am a Level 2 QHHT practitioner and the author of 4 books in the spiritual genre: Dancing on a Stamp, Dancing Forever with Spirit, Dance of Heavenly Bliss, and Dance of Eternal Rapture. All of my books deal with my dialogue and subsequent astral travels with my spirit guide Albert. For more information about QHHT and about my books, please go to my website www.garnetschulhauser.com. Before we get to the serious topic of today, I'd like to relate to you a funny story about what happened in a Catholic Church confessional. Now, for those of you like me who were raised in the Catholic Church, you know what a confessional is. But for those who have never been in a Catholic Church, I'll lay the groundwork for you. Usually at the back of the church, there's 3 little cubicles. In the center cubicle, the priest sits, and the parishioners come into the other 2 cubicles on either side of him to confess their sins. When they confess their sins, the priest will give them penance to do and forgives their sins. That's what a Catholic confession is all about. Anyway, the way this story goes is that one day, a drunk man staggered into the Catholic Church and took a seat in one of the confessional booths. He just sat there not saying anything. The priest was waiting for him to confess his sins, and when nothing came, a priest coughed a few times to get his attention. Still nothing from the man in the booth. Finally, the priest pounded on the wall 3 times, and finally the drunk said, "Ain't no use on knocking on the wall, there's no paper on this side either." And now to more serious matters. The topic for today is, what exactly is a walk-in soul? Many of you have heard this term. Some of you probably haven't. Let me explain. Based upon my conversations with my spirit guide Albert and the information I have gleaned from the higher self in QHHT sessions, the simple answer is a walk-in soul is a soul that enters a body in place of the soul who was with the body from birth. Now, as you know, the usual pattern of incarnation is that a soul will enter a newborn baby at birth and stay with it until the body dies, and then the soul is released. But every soul has the right to make its decision as to when it should exit a human body and leave the incarnation. A soul's determination to leave an incarnation is based upon a number of factors, but the most important of which is the soul will assess the progress it has made so far in its life based upon what it had planned for itself in its life plan. Sometimes the soul will decide to terminate an incarnation early because its life is too difficult, and that at its stage of evolution it is not able to really enjoy the benefits of having that life. Other times the soul will terminate early because it is eager to go back home to the spirit side and plan out another exciting adventure on earth in a different body. Typically, when the soul decides it is time to leave, it chooses an exit point, like an accident or disease, and it escapes when the body dies. But sometimes the soul will work out an exchange with another soul on the spirit side, so it will leave the physical body and a new soul, often called a walk-in, will take its place. This happens when the walk-in soul believes the body about to be abandoned would be a suitable vehicle for it to encounter the experiences it needs for its evolution. In other words, the incoming soul feels it doesn't need to start off as a baby and grow up into an adult, and its needs will be served by entering a mature body. This exchange often happens when the human suffers a tragic accident or nearly dies from a disease. And the exchange of souls is not usually noticed by family members, although occasionally it results in inexplicable change in the personality and demeanor of the human who has received the new soul. Some people think the change to the human results from a split personality, and others believe it is caused by the trauma or the illness. It is not easy for a new soul to fit easily into the new body without a few noticeable changes, and that sometimes can result in confusion and distress among its family members. The system works well for both souls. The soul wishing to exit is happy to accommodate the incoming soul because it has no further need for that body, while the incoming soul can zero in on a life that will offer it the opportunities it needs without having to go through life from the very beginning as a baby. The walk-in soul will assume the remainder of the life plan that had been developed for the body by the outgoing soul, but with necessary amendments designed to focus on the needs of the new soul. It is a very convenient arrangement that provides souls seeking to incarnate on Earth with much greater flexibility. That's all for now, folks. Enjoy your journey, and remember to keep on dancing.